Hello everybody, this is Sonia. Now I went and I got some wigs, little dolls, and I took this piece off this dress. Didn't like it. And not to help it one bit, didn't like it. So we're back to our dress in our fairy. Now I've got some, look at this. You ever seen anything like this before? It's wigs for dolls. Tiny dolls. I got ones for bigger ones as well, but these are little dolls' wigs. I think there's going to be way too much hair when I do this. So if you were watching my last tutorial, the one before this, you will notice that I could not, I wasn't happy with the small amount of hair that this girl had, and I was just going to go and get her some more. Only thing being now, she'll have, that'll look really nice, won't it? Look at that. Might have to cut a fringe back, oh no, keep it all. What do you reckon? That'll look good, won't it? So I'll have to stick that on and cover this. So I'll cut that little bit of that other one off. I will. Let's give her a bit of a do. Cut all the little hair off and give her a nice new set of hair. I am really pleased that I don't get rid of my things, because if I did, then I do get rid of some things, but if I was getting rid of the stuff that bits and pieces that I collected up over the years, I would not have the things to do this with, would I? And, you know, you never know what's going to come along that you'll need. You know, so when you do lots of different bits and pieces, you want to know, so if I stick it onto this part of this little wig thing, this is cool, isn't it? Looks like it wasn't that hard to make that. I'll put the glue there instead on her head. Hopefully I'll be able to manage this by putting it on a little head there, so it'll stick down and she'll have some hair now. She's maybe got way too much, but there's always a haircut there, isn't there? You can always give her a haircut. And just get a won't that look really cool when it's done? I think so. I'm excited about it. I enjoy this sort of things. Oh, scissors are caught up in stuff there. Now let me see. Now if I put that on her head properly, make sure it's all sitting nicely now. That bit there's extremely long in front. I have it at the back. It looks really good at the back. I'll have to fix the front of it up. Put a few bits of glue here where I'm going to put the hair. I want it to come down the sides. I'll sit down there nicely around her face, because then I can give it a little bit of a snip where it needs to come on off. Where it's too long or too much. I'll just put a bit up under here. Oh dear. Seen a lady on here doing those Bratz dolls, fixing their faces. Oh, it's the best thing. Really the best thing. I don't think kids really enjoy them Bratz dolls. I think they're scary for children to have those things. The way she's taken their faces, their makeup off their faces, and turning them into actual things that look like people, instead of something that could not possibly be unless you put a lot of makeup on. Yeah, but anyway, so that's my fairy girl's face there. What's happening with her hair? She's got a lot of hair. Might just leave it and cut it off when I'm finished doing a bit more for her, because I definitely think it needs to take some off, but I don't want to get it all over the place. Maybe I should take it off before I do anything more with her. If I don't want her to be I've been able to see. She looks a bit like a sheepdog there. I'm going to hold this over the garbage bin and just trim that across there. Or if you do it for yourself, wouldn't it? Do your haircut. Just get there and... I should get my daughter to cut my hair now. I like the hairdressers. They don't leave me with any. You say, oh, just cut a bit off there for me, please. And they go, oh, you need this bit off. And, oh, it's going to look so much better when you've got this. And this is going to happen and that's going to happen. And they convince you that what you're doing is right. And you should never take any notice of a hairdresser. You wouldn't. I don't suppose you realise when you go to a hairdresser, that's what they like to do. Cut people's hair off. They just love to cut people's hair off. So that's pretty cool for a fairy, isn't it? Look at that. She's got lots of lovely hair now. Maybe a bit too much, but it's fictional. What can I say? Okay, so that's her hair done. Now, I think I might go and do a bit more with the egg. We'll do a bit more on the egg now. We'll give her a little rest for a while. She's been tortured enough for one day. And we'll go and work a bit on the egg. Because I've got to see yet what how's it going to go and all that sort of thing. I'll place it in here and I'll give you a little look. I put it in there earlier. I had to take it out because just a little bit. So she only just fits in there, but I'm sure that she's going to look absolutely gorgeous when I get her some little wings. Fix her hair up a little bit better than that, but we can do that a bit later, okay? So now that this is dry, because I've had a little bit of time out of here so I can go and have some lunch and get this dried up a bit, I'm going to put do a bit of decorating on it. Now, I've got several bits of doily here. Now, I cut out the centre of this one, and I decided that I was going to put that around the outside edge, like so, okay? So I'm going to stick that on there, and this is going to be how we're going to start it off. You don't know how it'll go, because I don't know how many times I might change my mind, you never know, and see how this works. I think I showed you, I'm sure I showed you on the tutorial I did earlier about how if you cut the inside out of your doily, well then it's round, isn't it? And that's just, well, I took the inside out of this one, then I took another row because it wasn't quite big enough, and now it is, and it's just going to fit when I decide which side to have it. Something has already been stuck to this. It wasn't actually done by me. Somebody else must have been sticking something on it, or maybe there's just a little mark on it, but that doesn't matter. That's going to work just fine. That's going to sit there like that, okay? And I'm really pleased about how that is working, because see, this outside can have other stuff over it as well. So I'm going to stick that on there like that, okay? And I've got a little hole in the top there. I was thinking about putting I'll definitely be putting something around there as an edge, but I'll get to that later. Before I stick that down, I'm going to see what I wanted to put behind it. I have this other one here that will go over the back, but not the colour that I want. This might be a bit too dark. This one here. I'm going to cover it with something. Okay, I'm going to cut this out of here. Let me see what I can do with this piece. I'll take this off here. Now, cutting crochet is absolutely awesome, isn't it? Because it's not made like knitting. When I say made, well, with crochet you only got one stitch. That's what allows us to cut these things. And like you only use one stitch at a time, not like with if you did this with knitting, it'd just all go flying undone because you have a whole heap of stitches. This has only got one stitch, and around each row you're practically ending off. So if you're very careful when you go around there and you're cutting it really nice, it'll work out, really well. You can actually cut it, and that's why I suppose why we do chop them all up. This colour, this. I don't know if I've ever, oh yeah, I've done a couple of tutorials and taken you through something that I've never done before, and I don't even know what I'm going to end up with. So that's the top there where there's going to be string coming through there, but I can start that on there. I'm not started on there, like I said, start. You can actually see there's a bit of doily coming through there. That's what that part is. But if I put that up there, I might not actually stick it to it. But I want to make this so it joins exactly next to it. So we're going to put the glue around here. What I'm going to do with that, I'll glue this down. There's well, I'm just showing you that most of the times I've got no idea what I'm doing. Oh, I've got a bit of a clue. It's in my mind there somewhere. Just got to get down on, use my hands to put that onto the thing I'm making. Stick all that down. Should go down reasonably flat. You've got to scooch it about one way and another, you know, just to get it to go flat for you. That's okay. It doesn't matter. You've got to do that with it. I think I might be going for a sort of a shabby chic sort of style. Maybe. Or old. Just depends. I mean, I could change that lady around too. But this is how things happen when you craft. You could do anything, couldn't you? So I'm going to start this now at the top of there. I've got to cut that hole through, but I'll leave that till a bit later on. And if I can sort of get this to go around here, sort of train it about a bit. I don't know whether to use that side or that side. I'll go in there and put that back up that way, like that. And put that back out that way, like that. I haven't got much more glue on there, can't keep going. That's enough for a minute. I might be getting it a little bit, but that piece was on a corner, so if we keep working away, I might have to cut it. I don't know whether I'll cut it. I'll keep going, I think, and see what happens when I get round here. It's a bit hard, that one, because that's a corner bit. Okay, we might just give that a snip. See if we can't make it go up through there. And cut that off. Nobody panic though, you know, because I'm planning on this being fully covered with. It was just something that I really wanted to do. I thought if I put all this around the edge outside of it and make it just awesome, I'll have a go anyway, see what happens. Just keep working with this around the edge and see what happens. This other side now. I figured you could put a few flowers about, make it look like it's out there in the world. Here's another corner. Okay, we'll snip him. You take that off there too. You're going to have enough. Got to stop throwing them scissors down on the table. I'm sorry about that. It's a terrible noise. Don't even like it myself. I don't expect anybody else to stand, so I did it again. Goodness me, Sonia. Imagine that covering something like this with paper, but it's a bit harder somehow, because it's round. So what I'm going to do, my math is crazy. Love crazy work. It's here and there, you know. Patches. I imagine just to get that really high there, and I didn't want that to happen. I'll just pull it down a bit. Didn't want to take too much of a gap though. The glue doesn't dry straight away, so that's a good thing. It's a bit tacky, but it doesn't dry, so that's completely dry, so I can move things about a bit. Okay, except when it starts getting on my fingers, I don't like that, because then I can't move things about a bit. There we go. I'll cut that off there. Wildly snip at that. Okay. Now, more glue and more glue and more doily. Our daughter starts some training over at the at a preschool, about 20 minutes away from here tomorrow. She works, but she was also been training to do childcare, work in a childcare place, so that's what she's doing tomorrow. She got 2 weeks of training for that, so she's getting herself sorted to do that tonight. Make sure she just got changed. Walked out and said, "Mum, do I look like a teacher?" I said, "Yeah, you'll be right, darling. Look like a teacher." Oh dear, so long ago she was a baby. I didn't think it was that long ago anyway. They grow up so fast, they do. I guess when they're little, we think, oh God, when are you ever going to get big and be able to look after yourself? That doesn't happen. They can look after themselves. That's okay. We need to be here too for them. We need it as well, much as what they do, looking after. We need to be mother them. Just how the way the world is, I guess. Okay, so now I can put these really jazzy ones across the bottom here. They'll probably be running out, I'd say, by the look of me. We're running out of these. They're actually quite nice, aren't they? Okay, that is really good. I might keep these. I don't know what to do. No, this one will go on there because the end ones have never got a full circle. Well, they've got usually part of a side bit on them. What's that got on it? That's a full circle. That one there wouldn't be if I cut it off. I'll start up the top here, put that in. Well, I sort of know I'm putting them on random, but it's a random order. If that works, if that makes any sort of sense. You want it to be, look like it's meant to be, like that. That looks nice. I really like that. I do. I really like that. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out. Don't ask me. Probably people are saying, "Sonia, what are you going to do now? You nearly run out of that sort of doily." But anyway. Okay, then we're going to do this one here. Put some... My husband's cooked our daughter tea, or dinner as you call it. It depends where you live. They do theirs and I have mine different. I have mine separate and I don't have mine until I'm ready. I don't eat what they do, so there's not much point. Only because I can't, but anyhow, never mind. I can't give up. Can't expect them not to eat food just because I don't eat what they do. Right, now, so I've got these 2 shapes there that I need to fill in with something. And I've gone away from them colours, haven't I? I wonder what it'd look if I just put a piece of this in there. That might look alright. I mean, it's not going to be nasty or anything. It's just really colour out the egg, isn't it? It's going to be just to colour the egg. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull that bit off for a start. Put this round here. And then we might put these 2 bits on the back after we do that, hey? That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Let's have a go at doing that. That's going to fit better. It's going to go around there really nicely. And like that. Now, I hope this isn't taking too long. Many people have turned me off, I hope not. Anyway, it's up to you whether you want to see how it's done or not, or how I'm doing it. Anyway, there's lots of different ways. Everybody does things different, and because it's got 3 tones, but that's okay now. It's all good. I'll have to get another drink of water. I've got And one piece there. There. I will come back on tomorrow. I've been asked to do the tutorial for the bows that I just made yesterday, or whenever it was. I put up the video today, and a couple of people have asked me if I could please show them how to do it, so I will do that. Now I've got glue all over me. Now I just have one of these in the middle. Look at that one there's just the right size. Look at that. It's even the right shape and everything. How does that work, huh? Isn't that good? I've got a bit of glue on that other one, a little dry, and I'll be able to use it for something else. Another bit. And that's how you cover a googie egg with a bit of a doily. Oh, isn't this going to... Oh, I love it. I get excited sometimes. Doesn't take much, I suppose. Really, just putting a bit more glue on here. I'm sorry if I'm gone out of the shot. I'm used to just working away. Now I've got lots of glue, but we've gave the dolly a wig and we've covered the egg. Well, to that much anyway. I think that looks going to look cool when I'm finished. I hope so. I hope everybody's going to like it. Now I'm contemplating what to put in the back of that. Whether to leave it like it is or just put a very thin piece of something, but we'll see. Because on the outside of this, it's not nowhere near finished, because I want this to look, oh, I don't know, I've got it in my head. I can't tell you, I'm only going to be able to show you. So that is the part that I'm up to so far, so there we go. Now I'll be back anyway as soon as I can to show you a bit more what I'm going to do with the egg. Okay, thank you for watching.